You're just saying we've talked about the rules, and then it's not just a driver and a car. You have multiple legal entities. You have shady practices possibly going around. You have all of these layers that are building on top of your standard run-of-the-mill collision. Also, I'm sure most people would know that, truck drivers have to have a commercial driver's license. Correct. And I'm sure that carries a whole load of regulations and duties as well. So talk about that a little bit.
So not just anyone can jump behind the wheel of a commercial vehicle and operate that commercial vehicle. And all these things are legally defined. So, a commercial vehicle is a vehicle that's engaged in interstate commerce that weighs over 10,000 pounds, or involved in intrastate commerce that basically weighs over 26,000. I think it's 26,001 pounds. But basically, so if you have a truck that weighs over 26,000 pounds, it's definitely going to qualify as a commercial vehicle. If it's over 10,000 pounds and it's crossing state lines and engaged in commerce, then it's also a commercial vehicle. So you can't just jump behind the wheel of one of these vehicles and drive it without being properly trained. And so there are, time and hour requirements, and imagine you remember your driving test when you were 15 or whatever. Imagine that like cranked up to 11 basically. The driver has schooling and hours requirements. Then they have to maintain that CDL. They're supposed to maintain basically a perfect driving record in order to maintain that CDL. And if the government doesn't require it, their liability carrier basically requires it, because they don't want to insure anybody that's going to be a amplified risk for them or their company.
Wow. All right. So we've talked about real briefly. Anyway.
Well, there's a lot of layers of complexity.
There's a lot of complexity.
And I'm trying not to get into the academic part of it, because it has to be relevant. We want to keep it relevant to the listener.
Yeah.